All my subscribers, JC1894 here with part 4 on disassembling and how to do a rebuild on a Yamaha Warrior 350 and the timing chain and all that. Now, like I told you guys before, remove your cam sprocket and get everything loosened up on your engine. And here's an easy way of getting the timing chain out quicker. Just take and undo the head, the jug, let the pull your stator off. You have to have one of these. This is a stator puller. Most people call it a flywheel, but I call it a stator clutch puller. But you back this all the way out, and then you tighten this bolt here down. This is a 17 on top, and what it does is when you're tightening this down on the end of the crankshaft, it pulls the stator off. It'll pop once if it's been never removed. It'll pop. So this didn't pop this time, so something's been done to this thing. They put a new the stator part in, because this looks like it's been replaced, and a couple other things, but there's a dowel pin on what one looks like, and your other dowel pin is stuck back here. What you should do is wiggle these out, if I can get them out, or just leave them in the side case and just pull this one out here, but it's stuck right now because of the old gasket. But you can peel the old gasket off and just set it on the ground, but you can go like this sometimes. Just kind of wiggle it, and then it should come right out. And that goes right into this hole. You want to make sure you get it in there. Sometimes these are a little pain in the butt to put back in. But there's what it looks like after it's been put back in. Now, I took the carburetor off and stuff, got all that done, and got the head bolts loose. These two bolts that come out of here are the same length, so you don't have to worry about them. There's those. Now, when you pull one of these top bolts out, here's what one looks like, the longest one. You gotta wiggle it a little bit. It'll come out. You gotta kind of play with it. You see, this is a very long bolt, and I got wires in the way now. Alright, here's one of your longest ones. That's a pretty big bolt. Now, you just set that up there, and I'll show you guys a short one. And they have washers on, but sometimes the washers stick to the head. Here's a short one. And here's the difference in between the two in length. It's about that much shorter. So all you have to do is remember, the long ones go on the left and the short ones go on the right. So that's what them look like. It's got little copper washers, but they stick to the head. You can see one of them right there. If there's what them look like, they're in pretty good shape. They're not all corroded up or messed up looking. Now these front ones can be a pain in the butt, so what you usually have to do is just kind of play with it to get to go up through like this. Let's see here. There's a spot where you can push it through. You have to kind of pull up on the head or something here. Let me put you guys on the tripod and show you guys how to get these out if you're doing it on the quad. But if you're not doing it on the quad, it's usually a little bit easier. Give me a second here for you guys. I know you guys see the wheel right now, but I'll get straightened out here. Here we go. I'll just crank you guys up here. There we go. Alright, I'll set you guys back here. Try to tilt you guys just a little bit. You ain't gonna tilt no more. Might just have to take you guys up higher. Still ain't really used to this tripod that I got. On how it works and stuff. I've had it for a long time. My dad told me he didn't care about what I'd done with it, so found a good use for it. There we go, that's pretty good. Alright, give you guys a better view over here. So what you probably have to do is grab your head like this, wiggle it forward. If you got wires in the road, this can be a pain. Yeah, it's going to give me a little trouble here. So what I might have to do, take the short one out first. Yeah, it's going to be a little harder. I've never done it in water like this before, but it can give you a little trouble every once in a while. Okay, what you have to do, pick up on it a little bit, and then make sure you don't got nothing in the road up here, which I got cables in the road. You just pull it back down a tad. They should make it a little bit more easier than this, but never had this done before like this. Time we go back down so I can pull the cables through. The books say it's a lot easier, but sometimes it's not. I'll try a different way here. I got it. The throttle cable, no wait, the clutch cable and the parking brake cable slot down by the steering stem. You'll see that when you take the plastic off. You want to move them cables. Well heck, I can just go like this now. Here. Okay, here's our other short one. One more to go. This head looks like it's been ported, but they never polished it. But found out the piston was stock, so what I'm thinking that they've done is they put a different style performance cam. You can get different cams. Alright, for the longer bolt, you just pick up on the head a little bit, tilt it forward, and the cable's gonna come up real close on the other side of this piece of frame here on the side. And then there's our other long one. None of the washers come off. You gotta remember, both long ones are the same when doing this. Your chain guides can be a little difficult, so what you'll have to do is pull the head up over if you're going to do it in a quad. See here, it's giving me a little trouble because it's in the way. I'm going to turn it a little bit. you gotta make sure you don't got no cables bothering you. Alright, there's a way of doing it. This guide right here will give you a little trouble. So what you want to do is just pull up on the head a little bit, spin it around. And this is what the head looks like. It looks like it's been burned awful rich. Yeah, it's been rich pretty bad, but it looks like it's had a different pair of valves. No, it's got the same stock valves in it, but it's been burned rich pretty bad. That's why I've been smelling a weird smell behind it. Yeah, it's burned rich pretty good, but the spark plug looks alright. It's dripping oil out of it like crazy. I'll show you guys the intake. If you guys can probably see in there, you can see that valve. It looks like they ported it, and it looks like it's going to have to be jetted again. So there's that. Now the jug, let me wipe my hands off here. I'll show you guys the jug real quick. One more test for piston stop here before I move this. Whoa. It looks alright. So the rings are good, but I'll tell you what, these pistons carboned up a heck of a lot. So that explains why it's burning rich. Let me flip on the overhead light, and I'll give you guys a real good look of what burning rich does. From where it had the stock exhaust on it, and whoever had it before the guy got it off of must have not really took care of it a whole lot. You can see the whole top of that piston's black as freaking coal. So thank God that the head's not screwed up. But there's what that looks like. Valves are seated properly. It's got a lot of oil there, so it's telling me it's probably got bad oil control ring, but it didn't seem like it. It just could just be where it's lubricating the cylinder, but it's got a heck of a lot of oil sitting in there. There's the exhaust valve. You see it's carboned up a heck of a lot, but I do blow the carbon out of this thing. There's the intake. You see it looks like it's been ported in there. It's not getting real good down in there, but I can see it. Actually, it looks like they tried polishing it too. They didn't do a very good job. But these here are the bolts I was talking about, your exhaust studs. You want to oil them up and clean them, and make sure you get them cleaned up real good. But I want to degunk the heck out of this engine. Now your cam is this booger right here. To check this out, see if it's a stock cam, which you can take bearings off and pop them back on. I'm figuring maybe, I don't know, the bearing's awful dark colored looking. It could be a different performance cam. They have different ones, but this thing's definitely going to have to be degunkified, so to speak. You can see it's got a heck of a lot of oil there. But there's no piston sight, which I'm happy. Now the timing chain, or the cam chain, whatever you guys want to call it, this is how bad it is. When I was riding it, I can hear like a slapping noise. What it was, this chain had so much slop on the opposite side where it doesn't have hardly any tension. It's in there going like this on this side over here. The side I'm moving over here, it is smacking, and if you look, you can see nicks in it, and that's due to where it was slapping. Thank God it didn't jump time on me or screw up anything else. I I got a Wisco cam chain I told you guys about, but this is going to be a good investment to fix this. Thank God the engine doesn't have no problems, but to check for piston slap, you just take and put your finger real hard on the top of your piston. See if I can get it close up here, like this. It's going to move on you, but you just there and you push down it real hard. If you can move that back and forth this way, that means you got piston slap, and that the rings are bad or the cylinders are screwed. Now, when I looked in the spark plug hole of this thing, it had a little bit of surface rust on, looked like where the gasket would be. So I'm going to pull this gasket off here now so you guys can see it. The dowel pin's going to try and come out. You got a metal dowel pin here. And we pull it out. Here's the gasket. You can see the gasket was getting bad. It's coming apart. But when these go back in, you see how the I think you can put these in. The big hole will go towards like the front, and the little hole will go towards the back. And you got another dowel pin back here. So the big dowel pin sits here in the front, on this side over here. And this is just where the bolts go down through, but the bolts stay lubricated. So that's very good. But this piston's, let me rub my finger here, show you guys. My finger comes out black after rubbing it. And thank God it didn't have piston slap, because it would have wore the heck out of the cylinder. So what I'm going to do is probably get a, see how long this is going to take maybe. I might get a Wisco piston and put in it. Or ask my buddy if he's still got the bore kit, and put a 20 over bore in it and just have that there from my other warrior down there in the basement that has bored out stock, because the cylinder's a little bit wore on it. But it doesn't have no piston slap though, because I rebuilt that one. But I got a new set of rings and stuff for this one, but I think the it's got a bad oil control ring, because it's got a heck of a lot of oil there on top compared to my other warrior. I want to do a little bit more research, see if it's supposed to have that much oil sitting on top. But let me rotate this down a little bit and check for, and it feels fine. It's pretty tight. It does have a carbon ring on top. Looks like, yeah, it's got a carbon ring there. So that thing was burning rich bad. It even smells pretty bad. Look at that. That's typical if it's burning a little too rich, and they were running stock jets. But I'm trying to figure out what's done to this thing, because it sounds too deep. I'm thinking it's probably a cam. They put a cheaper performance cam in, which will do pretty good. They have different ones you can buy. I forget what the brand name of it is. It's the same brand name my dad's carburetor is on, the Wolverine, but the carburetor setup that he bought for that Wolverine was like $100, but they had it on sale for like, I don't know, 90 or something like that, I think. So take a head apart and had to put valve guide seals in it. But I do have a video on that that's in my upload videos on JC18904, so you guys have to stay tuned and watch that channel. But I don't know how long these are going to take for to upload these videos, because I don't have a phone at this moment. My service is due, so I had to get that straightened out. It'd probably be a couple weeks, but if it's uploaded before a couple weeks are up, so you guys will know. The date is, I forget what the date is today. I know it's Friday, so it's about in the middle of the month. Just stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you guys later. Peace. Check out Facebook for update pictures. And remember to go look at Dirt Slingers. There will be new videos on there. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.